Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to the channel. I know what y'all are thinking. 2 videos in a day. But yes, 2 videos today. Manchester United played PSG in a friendly today. The score was 1-1. Goal by Mbuemo, courtesy of an assist from Ahmed after relentless passing. What I didn't like is that we got cracked within 2 minutes, but it is the Champions League winners, the champions back-to-back years. So I'm not that pressed. I was not able to watch the game in its full entirety. However, from the bits and pieces that I saw, I felt like United was the better team, more specifically in that second half, you would say. I thought our chances were more dangerous. We were more direct. We had a situation where I want to say from the moment Bruno came into the game, he played a beautiful pass into Xerxes, who was taken out by the goalkeeper. Then the ball was placed in Fletcher's feet. He gave a pass unselfishly to Shea Lacey, who couldn't make it, who couldn't score. Goalkeeper was way out of their net. However, it is what it is. To leave with a draw against the Champions League winner back to back, I'm okay with that. I'll accept it. I'll take it. Andre Santos, I heard, put in a performance as well. So all in all, it was okay. It was a good result. You know what I'm trying to say? A good result. Do I still think we need more? Yes. If you see my previous video, we definitely need more. However, am I gonna be, irate because we left with a draw in preseason? No, it's still preseason, right? So I'm just grateful for the fact that we did what we needed to do. We did what we had to do, and we took care of business. So I am thankful for that piece in terms of, just leaving with something the fans could cheer. We were able to score. What I didn't like was how we got cracked. And just based off from last year as well, we have a tendency to start off really weak, really, we're not front-footed as all. We're really just reactive instead of being proactive. So that's just a bit of what I did not like. However, being the better team against PSG, I'm going to take that. Now, bar none, this would be our 4th game to PSG's 2nd game. So in terms of, fluidity, getting that rust off of you, we would expect it to be in a better light. With that being said, you still need to go and take care and get lunch finished. And I think that's what we're able to do, albeit in a draw mode. Now, in terms of standouts, there was no real standout, but I'll continue to keep showering love to Andre Santos. From what I've been reading, from what I've been seeing, he put in a performance, he put in a shift. He's someone, that you could say, oh, I could leave with my head held high, right? What does that look forward to for next? We have Leeds on Sunday. And now, for those that know, Leeds is our derby. It's the Lancashire-Yorkshire derby. It goes back years, right? So we know what Leeds did to Liverpool in the preseason, and I'm not trying to go down that route. Bruno came off the bench. A lot of our guys came off the bench. What we need to talk about, though, is Mason Mount. And a part of the reason why we got to talk about Mason Mount is because the lack of getting our 6 as of right now up until this point was primarily due on the fact that we were going to have Mason Mount potentially there. We were we were looking at how does Mason Mount potentially work in that position. And for those that know, because we all know, we know that Mason Mount cannot be relied upon, not because of, skill set, not because of, anything beyond that, just for the fact that his health. He cannot be relied upon for the duration or the totality of a Premier League season, when that incorporates Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao, and the league. So there's 4 different comps that we have to be in, and you're telling us we're going to be relying on Mason Mount? Again, not discrediting his work ethic or his commitment to excellence or the skill sets that he has produced. What I am questioning is the health, is the durability of his body to undergo and maintain that type of standard. Like, it's tough. And to see this injury come out and play out, it only furthers, my point where I don't think he is the right, person to rely upon in a situation like this. From my previous video, you're seeing how our board are not aligned on who needs to be done or who needs to be signed. And that to me comes from this type of situation where it's like, we know what needs to be done, so let's do it. Let's get the depth that we need. Let's go in. Now, Baleba's hurt, so we can't go for Baleba. So, is Mane Kone going to be ready? Like I said before in my last video, we let Mamadou Sangare go to Brentford for so cheap. It's just like, couldn't that be a deal we maybe took a chance upon? Who knows, right? But all I know is we need more signings. All I know is that we have the talent there. I'm liking the coaching. I'm liking Tielemans. I don't know why I didn't say Tielemans' name, but when Tielemans came in, oh my gosh, he was pinging the passes that needed to be pinged. He was just showing what excellence in that role looks like. Whether I'm acting as an 8, a 6. I think he played this at 8 or a 6. I don't think he did a 10 because Bruno was there. But just, like, I don't have to worry about Tielemans. So he is one that I'm going to say I was wrong when we first signed him. I was still upset because I'm like, he just can't be our marquee if that's who they were trying to solidify as our marquee. He can't be the marquee. But like I said, I'm happy that he's on the team. He's doing really, really well. I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far, albeit it's the one game against PSG. So we'll see what it looks like on Wednesday against Leeds. But yeah, United, PSG 1-1. Some good things to look back on. Some things to, okay, it's preseason. Not to say that we're going to ignore it, but we can, hold off on it for now. What I do know is that we need our signing. We need our signings. And we need our signings. So like I said, that's your boy. That's all my little updates and what I have for y'all for today. It is a rarity, 2 vids in one. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all, dropping comments for me after the videos, turning on notifications to stay up to date with anything that I got. And then more importantly, hitting that subscribe button. So I love y'all for that. Keep doing y'all thing. And as always, stay positive and stay blessed, people. I'm out.